Basically, they are saying, we are staying like 5 nautical miles away from you at all times. Varus Bard, incredibly strong lane. In fact, anyone's legend may walk the most out of that matchup. Tarzan on the Jace jungle. And we'll see. This is the first time I believe he's ever played Jace jungle, which is not a surprise. Shun on the Malphite trying to dive that very top lane that we were talking about.
Throws out the seismic shard, tries to tunnel away, does get the knock-up, flashes away, double flash after. They will survive the dive, it will cost them those flashes.
It will. That will be half a wave dead to turret. Bin's not going to recall. Doesn't even trade the ult back. So Knight now has a HP trade advantage in mid lane. Expect Shanks to just chuck the shockwave the gift subs there, Puna. It's an awful lot of difference again. Viper and on. Down a little bit of CS, but again, it should be so much worse given you have that Alistar. And once again, good trade.
Hope's now having a really tough time, and there's a 4th shot coming. I think they might just have this. Flashes over the wall, he's dead.
Oh, Hope, that's a bad flash. Viper has level 6 as well. If there's more combo here, then Viper can open up the curtains.
We did wonder what would happen if you could get some priority down towards his bot lane. On with the wonderful flash. Puts Kyle into a desperate spot, and another kill for Viper. The best AD carrier in the world comes back to standard warding practices. Grubs started up by Shun here. 2 still to claim. Tarzan looking to potentially smite steal one of them. Shun's held on to his smite, though, in order to try and get both here.
Trying to Tarzan could have potentially shot blast, sniped one of them. Bin's got a 2-level advantage. Now, folks, Bin had a bad time the other day because he was playing up against Weibo, and top lane Zucker just completely diffed him. Actually, in the first 2 games, Bin got just straight up 1v1. Hang on, Shanks flashes away.
Doesn't need to. We'll pull Knight back. Remember, he doesn't have the shuffle anymore. Just gets stunned on his own wall. Tempered Fate after. Tarzan now coming along. Good time with the shot blast command dissonance. And Knight is down. To the skies goes Tarzan. Shun forced to ult away, and AL punish the attempted lane gank from BLG.
Excellent play from Tarzan and Kyle to help out Shanks. I'm a little surprised no one body blocked the skill shot coming out of Tarzan. Shun could have done that, then flashed backwards, but didn't. Stunned hurt already.
I think Varus arrow as well. Tarzan around. I don't think he necessarily wants to face check the Sado. Flash ult from that Malphite gets on top of Shanks, who shockwaves 5 times a time. Tarzan to the skies makes it the 1-for-1. Now speeding himself away. Ends up being not quite as clean as I think either side wanted there. Flashing Kyle does get the Cosmic Binding. Don't remember on no ult. It's going to be forced to flash. Over the wall goes Hope, though. Gets the slow. Looks for the last auto. Gets it. Deadly Flourish lands, but it's only really onto the bar, not the most biggest target. Tarzan flashing to go to the skies. Viper finally gets his roll quest. Unfortunately, the other roles in his party have all fallen apart.
Tarzan is doing so much work, and BLG have really underestimated the damage of the Jace jungle. This is unlikely to kill. Kyle's there for the body block. Tried to steal the blue buff. Couldn't get that.
Like,
that's on the bucket
deadpan
list.
silliness.
Kyle might do that thing where he ults the tower. Bin does have Dominus though. I'm not sure I love that. I think he should have stepped into that.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, the turret is turned off, and he is in fact not allowed to go golden with it, and therefore gets blasted. Turret in the mid lane does get crystallized.
Now, so about 500 gold swing in the top lane matchup. Bin would have really liked to use that individual matchup in the next few minutes, coming in as, you know, mid-game Renex him. That means that AL to sit there, just throw a poke at them, and now they can avoid that situation. Flandre keeps pushing bot lane, and Knight is now actually under threat.
He is. Flandre can't quite finish the turret, so he's going to have to back off on it. It's only going to be on about auto's worth of damage, and I don't know how easy it's going to be for Knight to stop that. Let's at least clear up the tunnels.
I don't think he's going to be able to stop it now. The minions will kill it themselves. Knight did just pick up the roll quest for those of you that didn't see that, which means he has the upgraded boots in mid lane, as the Shanks. They both went for
and a cool scythe in Tarzan's infantry.
Oh, cool!
Sabotage on Jace is utterly busted, guys.
Fights in the bot lane, though. That might become more important later. On keeps Flandre away from turret and cancels the tunnel.
Done. I think Flandre is probably dead here. Does get the knock-up. Decent dodge away from the Deadly Flourish, but unfortunately drags him further away from the potential escape routes, which are stood on and destroyed. Knight is donated that.
You hit an objective or a tower afterwards, and you do just a chunk of damage to it. Trying to unlock AD Assassins being split push threats again in the way that they were in Season 3 odd.
Yes. Worth noting as well, when you hit an enemy champion or big objective, you do true damage, which is quite nice as well. Get some true damage from it, which is quite significant. And the thing with Jace that makes this item so busted on him is basically, if you're a melee champion, the burst of damage you do to turrets is higher. You have to have got that killer assist beforehand. With Jace, what you do is you fire it while you're in range form, then change form while the auto's in midair, and it counts the melee form auto.
Same as you used to do with Grasp as well. That's one of the big things. Hang on, potential fight around the exit from the Dragon. Shun was wandering towards that. Not going to get anything. And now Shun, now into jungle to clear a camp every now and then. And you have really overwhelming kind of strategic firepower. Going on here too has been told. He's had a good game so far, but has to pop the ult.
TPing in behind Shanks, actually. The ward from On just placed. Fight on two fronts. That's good damage onto the backline. They kill off the Bard. Tarzan trying to trade out. Shanks running away, but he's in a 1v2. BLG pull the trigger on two fronts. Prevent the support coming to Shanks. And end up getting two Barons up, and they've just murdered the mid and support.
I think they can give this a shot. Now, the problem is they don't have engage now. On needs to really save this situation. He's the only way to threaten that Jace who will try and poke them out.
He's got a sweeper just aware that something might be happening. Gets rid of the blast cone. Now has an idea. Tarzan. On the flank angle. Gets the jungler.
Just give this man the player of the game. What an exceptional Alistair game. Gets such a good laning phase and makes the big play which might break things open. Flandre and Hope trying to now outplay in a 2v5.
Oh, Tarzan had the idea. I think they might be behind me. I need to be afraid. They do finally kill off on the health bars off. Fantastic. They're not taking this that quickly. Maybe it's about to go wrong from BLG. Viper trapped in the backline. Out Flandre respawns. And now the Baron's been leashed.
It's been leashed to teleport in. There's no jungler, but it won't matter. Anyone's legend. Clutch out the Baron as we were singing BLG's praises. Anyone's legend. Shut them up. AL, get the Baron and punish BLG. One shot plus becomes very important later. On finds a great engage. Picture in picture, Flandre has died, by the way, but it won't change the fact that the Baron did go down after. BLG underestimated the damage that Baron would do to them. One of the things with Atakan gone is that now the resist shred has gone back to Baron. Baron is very, very damaging now. And Flandre gives a bit of a love tap to his old world's winning AD carry, takes down Viper in the pit.
Does indeed. They get the knock up. Flandre. Moment to rescue the team. They did come back to life and immediately get blasted by Bin, who is now at a pretty scary point himself. 5-1 on this Renekton. It's pretty good going. Shun thinking about looking at Shanks, who reminds us does have the flash, maybe asked to burn it here. Overcomes the rest of anyone's legend, and so not pull the trigger. Would have been a little ways away from his team anyway.
See that Knight going towards that bot lane. Bin hard pushing towards top side, and now Bin has 5 kills. This is the thing that we were asking for. Right, Bin, you have an individual advantage. How are you going to use it? He was gifted that kill onto Shanks earlier, got that solo kill onto Flandre. What can he actually do with it now, though? He doesn't have the teleport up yet, has very good side lane control, needs to start doing more of it.
The problem is, well, that we did lose the Baron. We are still losing a lot of plays. If AL are still getting
Dragon soul points. W lands onto Flandre. That could be an issue. I'm actually wondering if they pull some ultimates there. Try and clear out the wave and kill him. Shockwave onto Shun.
Viper just about out of range. Shun, though, is still in danger. Tempered Fate catches him out. Knight now in danger from a potential angle with that flank coming on through for the rest of anyone's legend. Can he find anything more? They've unfortunately lost their Malphite. Now Knight's slightly away from where he needs to be. On needs to run away, and the flank angle just doesn't work out.
Yeah, Knight was the one who was teleporting for that flank, but the rest of AL do so much damage. He ends up kind of being left alone. What does he do now? I mean, I guess he could look for a recall. He should be safe. Tries to go for the hero play, but Shun just goes too far forward. Shun having, honestly, quite a poor game on the Malphite, sadly for him. Yeah, he must be away from the poke to engage at full HP to genuinely be an engaged threat. Teleport behind.
Tarzan now in danger, actually. I think they've got the catch on him. Shanks now coming. Can they play this out in the 2vx? Where is the rest of anyone's legend? How much time can they buy? Jumping onto Shanks. He's been taken low. Deadly Flourish comes on down. Shanks manages to survive for now. Shock Blast comes on forward as Flandre's TP'd in. They've gone for the pick and it just hasn't worked out. Flandre! Man, unborrow! Everyone goes up into the sky and the health bars descend like a wounded ox. Knight now in danger. They will bring low the Azir. The Emperor of Shurima dethroned to the skies. Goes Tarzan's Jace with a triple kill to his name. BLG think they have the pick. Instead, they are the ones that are crushed under the heels of the angry pandas.
Oh, Flandre, you beauty! A huge knock-up from the Rek'Sai may well win anyone's legend the game. BLG were trying to play smoke and mirrors and instead run face first into their own reflection. Anyone's legend, our strategists, think their way out of this game and will take game 1.
You were expecting a fun matchup. It was. Legends draft with all of the poke with the jungle Jace just ends up being too domineering in the mid stages. BLG's last gasp there to get a pick falls apart. Could be the top lane Akali. We've seen quite a lot of it recently. Doran popped off on it just the other day. We've seen it in general. Be pretty scary at the
mid lane.
As you said though, that Aurora's
helps him a lot more, obviously. Didn't go for the stun level 2, wants the W for the potential Extra Splinter. Of course, Knight, one of the best Syndra players of all time. Dodging out that Q there. Every Q that misses from Akali in laning phase makes an awful lot of difference, by the way. She's got a knife-edge champion in that laning phase and winning it. Bot lane here. We're expecting good things out of Viper and On. You know, the Nico is very potent. It is one of those crazy champions, and has been for the last year and a bit, really.
On loves to stunt on Nico. For better and worse, we've seen him pull off some extraordinary plays and then throw it away a little bit. Invade from Shun early on here with the priority bot side. Looking to get onto that red buff. I think Tarzan's going to say, look, I'm going to have to give this up.
Well, we'll see, because Lulu's roaming over. I don't think he's thinking that at all, actually. I think he sees a Nocturne. He says, look, I'm a Xin Zhao. Yeah, Nocturne's strong. He has a red buff too. Both of them just kind of staring at the objective. Tarzan now letting that go, taking the Krugs, and he'll finish that before the red buff gets into smite range, so he should still be able to contest.
Heal to heal broken down for both bot laners. Down to 1600 HP is the red buff.
There's On's coming over now too, so both supports coming into it. And Shun's so much more protective of themselves.
Hear me out, Alex.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen this game, because I've seen the tunnels with different shit. But with Fiend Hunter bolts coming on him, it's crit hex play. Could we get crit Nocturne, where you go Fiend Hunter bolt second, and try and just pop someone with the first 3 autos after your ultimate?
Well, HP is not on that item, so it makes it a little bit hard to use, Sam. I think you'll understand. You know what I mean? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but that's not the...
Suzhou as well, so perhaps that has some different setups. First games of the split, no surprise that we've got a couple of delays. Tends to happen, hopefully won't be too long. Certainly won't be as long as Demacia Cup, which was... There were too many pauses there, folks. There were too many pauses.
we spent a lot of pause gaming. It
Yep,
wasn't.
and that means that BLG have even more free access to the Dragon now. Credit to Bin, by the way. I know we've been focusing on the Syndra Akali matchup. Because it's the most fun matchup on the rip. Well, I'm a mid lane main, so
on. Mighty Clip does land onto Viper, but no real follow-up. Tarzan was on
Another
screen, but
invade.
not quite speedy enough. Here we go, Tarzan, you're right.
Here comes On. Smite from Shun. We might see a proper fight here.
Oh, bit of CC on a Tarzan, yet press the guard button, make it rain. Out comes the paranoia. Pressing guard keeps it well timed. Here we go.
Onto Hope. Hope's well out of position. Flash forward from
Oh,
One!
get over the wall. Now Ben's coming on his TP'd in. The equalizer, the bullet time, the circles and the DPS. Shanks has to back away and BLG punish the invade with style.
Professor On! He loses too much of his HP, and then things really go to hell after this. Akali's not on a flank angle, and I have no idea what Hope is doing here, folks. He's well too far forward, and the flash being used early means that the Nico can flash follow. Bin gets into range with a Proto Belt, the tone goes down, and BLG, yeah, they're happy with that.
The build that was really popularized last year when we started seeing Syndra again.
I was about to say, I mean, hang on a second, doesn't have it on. He just uses flash aggressively, he doesn't have it now. Wombo coming back.
Forcing some more damage, the wind becomes lightning, Paranoia comes down, stops the easy autos coming on through, Paranoia onto the side, I hope it will next to sever him. Shun's gone very bloody deep and goes down. He saves Viper potentially, but loses his own life for it.
Tell you what, folks, Shun's not having the best series today, is he? He's being real jungle diff. From Shinzo actually doesn't help with the actual whole explosion thing. I think there's a bit of anti-synergy. Good threatening of the cancel by Tarzan there. Hang on, jumping into river. On doesn't have that flash, goes down. BLG, again, falling down to Xin Zhao, who can just run forward with impunity. Tarzan, the last couple of plays, once again throwing his weight in the right direction. Look, typically, looking at the minimap is the better way to do it on a pro system. Hang on, there might be a gang top side. We can see that. Yeah, here we go.
On comes out of Fog of War, and
God.
Knight unleashes the power.
Well, that's your 7 stacks in the Dark Seal. Herald in mid lane, but the problem is the play was so quick topside. It's not like it's going to be a huge play in mid lane. Viper will be able to, you know, help a little bit with this. Can he take anything more? Can he even get the crystallized proc? No, it doesn't even look like that.
Hope doesn't have
Especially after Shin died on that initial invade.
Tarzan Carl now in the river, Hope coming on up, Shanks now looking potentially for something again. He's with
Gunblade.
here, Gunblade comes on in, out comes the Redemption, lands the Shuriken flip, gets the execute into the Twilight Shroud. Well played from Shanks with the Wild Growth having some additional threat. Out comes the Paranoia from Shun, but it's a defensive one. Quick turn off the lights, if they can't see me, they can't hit me.
On goes down, loses the flash. Shanks makes his first real entrance into this game. He's got 3 kills now, despite the fact that he's down. It would be 3rd dragon for BLG.
would be. And I just spotted that item and went, wince, that's a nasty, nasty pair of items to pick up. They're jumping onto Flandre here, who doesn't have the ult to work with.
Ow,
The
that's not
fear
bad.
and the Rumble combo gets rid of one. Now Shanks in the mid lane is in a 1v3 and just gets blasted. Gonna try and bring down Viper.
Oh, Viper!
Flashes on forward. It's a triple kill for Knight. Tarzan now in the multi-man, trying to turn on to On. Good damage from him, but overcomes Rumble with the rocket belt.
Knight Syndra is back in action. 4 dead, 4 added to the kill column of Knight. One of the best, the best item combination in the game is Medjai's plus Death Cap because it gives you the most AP of any item in the game by far. You end up getting, I think nowadays on the current percentages, 195 AP and a 25 stack Medjai's. And the way that Knight's going, we might, he will, guys, he will one-shot here.
Yeah, he will. It's going to be a lot of damage. Can look to just press the R button. Now comes the between worlds, but where do you run? Flandre execute, nearly there, forced to flash.
Goes for the shotgun, had to flash away from it. Again, Knight going for the zero outplay option, really. He will make it out safely. Flandre, no flash, no ult, one trade.
Out the wards. I think AL are in a pretty dire situation at this point. Yeah, Tarzan's strong. First time that one becomes lightning. Actually gets to jump onto Knight. Good pressing guard timing. Knight now in danger, has to flash away. Out comes the pop blossom. And the ults fly. Bullet time. Moonlight Vigil slightly wide, but Shanks is doing a lot of good work. Flandre now here. Between worlds. Knight low, not down. Equalizer kind of hits very little. Wildgrowth keeps Shanks alive. Viper and Bin, though, think they win these, and they absolutely bloody do. Rocket Belt, Flame Spitter, scattering the weak. Shuriken Flip is not enough. A triple kill to Viper, who is the one who flexes his muscles in this fight.
The operation to assassinate Knight goes wrong. Anyone's Legend get the Nico and no one else. Viper and Knight put out a ridiculous amount of damage and Anyone's Legend can't outplay the way out of this one. Almost 12,000 gold down. We will be getting a third game here, folks. BLG, a poor draft in game 1, outplayed in game 1. Turn the tables in game 2.
Credit to Tarzan there, managed to find an angle on tonight and make things real dicey. Right, he just doesn't quite have damage. He's going for the blighting tool next. We don't blame him, just needs that little bit up front 10.
Well, the problem why he doesn't have damage time is because he's down almost 6,000 gold. Hope is down another 5,000 as well. Now, coming into this year, folks, we saw the lineup with Knight and Viper and we thought, if they're on form, this could be disgusting. And the damage is disgusting onto Tarzan. Pops the ult. That's the ult from Nocturne.
Drew up the Sabbath track because we're all getting paranoid over here. Pop Blossom. It's a bullet second. They didn't need any more. Oh my god, nearly at the execute threshold. Cloud gets
percentage from the passive too. Did build up a crypt bloom. That's the one. Crypto boom. Crypt bloom. And I think, folks, this game is probably done. 13,000 gold. Noah Fell has to play around. Hope has had a bit of a disaster game. Inhib down. BLG won't end the game now, but it's as good as over.
Look, sometimes these are the games where the criticisms of Hope start coming to the fore. We're against the really, really dangerous. Oh my god!
Or their opponents. Anyone's Legend jungle support trying to out-strategize Tarzan going forwards.
Tarzan, pressing charge. Looks for anything more. Shanks now on a flank angle, spotted out, potentially by On. Paranoia down. Bullet time is absolutely disgusting. They're into the corridor and it's in charge of the Light Brigade, but the lights have all been turned out. Flandre turns to right back on, but he's a fire starter. Cue up the amazing bit of music, and BLG smash the fight. We always knew it would be an omen, and the music will keep on rolling as they maraud into the enemy base.
Oh, BLG, they claim their territory. Invaders must die. Anyone's Legend jump into the full force of the prodigy carries of BLG. Knight, Viper, been taken somehow a bit of a back seat here, despite having an excellent game himself. BLG flexed the mechanical muscles. Night and day difference between game 1 and 2.
Nexus turrets go down, and BLG, when they get ahead, are just a very different beast, aren't they? That was about 90% of someone's health bar with a single W from Knight, which...
Feed stutters briefly. Cassante does get locked in. It was one of the picks that we highlighted before the draft started. Cassante Jax, a very well-known match. It was played very widely. Shen's damage early is kind of absurd, by the way. You can see that, Shen trading flash with Shanks, that is much more favorable for BLG, because now what you can do is you can flash for a Ruin Prisoner's the Rise, and then the Kiana just dashes into range anyway. And this could be BLG from the LPL in 2021. He is he's a great Mandarin speaker. The communication is not an issue for him compared to perhaps other imports that you could possibly get. G, our Demacia Cup champions, will be playing off against JDG just after this, rolling schedule, of course, so we'll get a full series of that. And IG JDG always delivers, so it's a great matchup. Stay tuned for that after this game. The festivities don't stop here. Dragon is alive. Tarzan's going to approach it. Shun's in top river. He's not here to contest right now. He's taking top scuttle. BLG, I think they prefer to just get some farm outs. I guess they could go in with a realm war, but I don't think they need to pull the trigger right now.
Towards that. Ghost can maybe just run at them. Health bars are low. Can he get some more overloads to work through as the spell flux lands? Viper with the ricochets as well. Threatening. Yep. Kill. Dragon for AL. Falls down to the river, but BLG can't punish.
Yeah, Shun way too squishy to make a play like that. On didn't get to use his ult.
Pretty good start to the game for Knight's Rise.
Appreciate the resub there, Tower Jester. Good to see you. And again, folks, it's really cool to be able to bring this to you. Our little portion of the LPL community. If you have enjoyed this, if you're continuing to enjoy this, please drop a like, follow, subscribe, you know, all those cool things. It makes a difference to us, and we hope that you continue to stick around to enjoy just really cool LPL. It's a really cool thing to be able to bring this to you all and continue the stories of the Blue Man Group.
Yeah, he is. See when he decides to pick that one up. Tends to be third when you go for it. There's the Rower just done, and alongside the Archangels building towards the Seraphs. That core tends to stick alive, whatever the name feels like these days.
Game pings allowed, or the game pings? Okay, I've heard that the game sound was fine, so we're going to keep it at this for now. But yeah, the pings are just loud on their side of things.
They've just got that mixed that way in LPL for whatever reason.
Yeah, the pings will be loud. God, a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage on tower, folks. And the Grub's helping there. Jack's hitting towers. I have to say, I prefer the old tech that Jack tower bonking set in the past. A lot of damage, actually. Right, hang on, they're ulting forward. Pantheon coming through, flashing onto On.
Oh, Tarzan to the wrong side of the wall.
Well, On had flashed away anyway. That could be huge. Remember what we were saying about that Rise Kiana combo, rather, being so deadly. Not having flash while they both have theirs. Shanks will probably die for this at some point in the next 5 minutes.
Counterpunch, Flandre being the one that's being attacked, but he is wary of that TP and runs away.
Yeah.
He takes more damage.
Yeah, there's still 10 seconds left in the round. We've talked a lot about BLG, AL on the other side of it. Again, a team which we really praise for their quick movements. There's a Realm Warp up here, though, and, well, they might have to dance to that again. Flandre on weak side.
Counter-strike up. Shun over the wall. Knight here as well.
There's a rotation coming through. Here comes Kyle and Tarzan.
Gonna try and buy some time. Go do a decent work with the path maker. Turret goes down. Immediate counter-strike. Flandre flash. Footwork out to safety. You plus everyone hitting you do this work or not.
Fairy Tail, I understand that pain. Basically, if you only watch BLG internationally... Oh, hang on, what's happened here? We flipped forwards and Viper's just dead. God damn it, Mercuria. Anyway, Viper's dead. Good jump forwards, but it looks like Flandre's dead on the top side, maybe.
Here, turning it around potentially for Shun. Will manage to be able to audacity forwards. Overcome Shanks, though. Realm Warp away!
Excellent Realm Warp from Knight. Gets Shun out to, well, safety for now. They do have a tower to run towards, and there's a flash for Knight to keep him safe.
Flash, Magnet Storm, Shun backstep, audacity through. Shun still dies as the Acathian Rain pours on down.
Close for Knight killing Hope on the other side of it, but AL jump into life. Take themselves down Viper. They killed Shun on the top side. Baron is alive, but Jax has teleport and he has a Zhonya's. If Bin comes into the play, I think a beneficiary, which is why he's the level 15. Does Bin finally find his way into a fight? We've not seen Bin in a group to fight the entire game. And just a spoiler warning here, folks. If Bin does get a Counter-Strike ult onto someone, they will die. Horribly.
Hope.
Now, can AL find the fight before Jax gets into play? AL, watch out for him. Huge engaged player. This jungle support from Anyone's Legend have been so clutch from Anyone's Legend in the past. Can they continue to be here in the deciding game?
River being contested. Looking for that.
Hang on, the jumping.
Oh, that's Stream Declared Town. Hope immediately cleanses. Looking to turn it around on the other side, though. Shanks rooted up by the Rune Prison. They've got the kill. Now Bin is here. They try to turn it around. Tarzan will shield vault forward. Bin has to go golden. That's not bad denial, but it's not stopping Knight, who just keeps rolling. Flandre finally goes all out, but unfortunately for him, Viper has got a ricochet or two to make this a tight.
But Smite, there's no Smite there from BLG. Won't get there in time, though. Baron will be BLG's on 3. 4.
Spell book switch over. Has to be said that he's 3-1 and 2. Not having an awful game here by any means, but that wasn't really the clutch fight you ask of Hope on Kai'Sa.
Blowing that cleanse early really limited his options. Doesn't have the Zhonya's. He's gone for the Terminus to be more on here. Flick back. He's immune that time. Turret will die to a single auto here now. Crystallization will see to that. Anyone's Legend see themselves staring down a 6,000 gold lead. The Baron continuing to give them issues.
Alex, Is it just game 1 BLG all over again?
I did wonder. Now,
they've had this habit.
A bit of story time, folks. BLG were one of the best teams in LPL domestic history, whilst also having one of the worst game 1 records in, like, well, not LPL history, but definitely for a top team. They would lose almost every game 1 of a best of 3, and then somehow come back into it. They'd wake up somewhere between it, and Realm Warp's going to see Flondra in danger again. I think he'll be safe this time for once. He finally sees himself to safety. Flondra's had a pretty bad time in this game 3-2. Game 1 was excellent for him on that Rex site, but the Kasante has been attacked time and time again, and anyone's Legend have not known what to do with it.
Even in that Rex site game, remember, we did get solo kill. Ooh, Supreme display of talent. Tarzan is immediately jumped on by everyone. A flash taunt will put him into the dirt. The jungler's gone.
Dead. It's Flash committed for. It's Bin the one who's did Flash there. It looks like Shen's kept his one available.
Right, sorry, yes.
So Bin, no Flash available for him, but On could still go for that Flash taunt himself. And, well, this turret is... Oh, yes, it's dead. Oh, my God. This is the changes in 2026 will make this much more of a common sight. Much easier to take down turrets when you start rotating quickly around the map.
Finn is up 3,000 gold. Shun is up 3.5. Knight's up 1,000. Finally, Viper overtakes Hope, and this game is well out of control now.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have Soul on the table, so anyone's Legend can maybe try and play out a slower game, allow one Dragon to go over, try and just hunker down, get to a later game. Kai'Sa, Talia. It's not like they don't have scaling options. This is my problem. All 5 members heading towards top lane. Oh, bloody hell, they might run for it. Here comes the Sivir ult. They got a Realm Warp too.
Oh,
now AL might have overextended.
They went looking for the pick, and now they're being jumped on. The Realm Warp is indeed there. Flandre flashes away and flips to foot where they turn on himself. Don't really get that much work. The Rune Prison onto Flandre. Might do a run.
Kyle!
Storm! Phenomenal! Cobra to the backside! Shun low! Exhausted! Down! That's a big pick up. The Academy goes around and they blow him up! Oh my God!
Bin's alive!
Is alive! Shanks throwing a lot of DPS. They're getting some more work onto Oni. Needs a shadow dash over the wall. Bin shoved back. They've got a counter strike rolling. They'll get the leap strike away. But the Grand Starfall flash from On doesn't stop him. A bad late game, baby. It's true, even in this era. They ace BLG.
Kyle, you monster! A huge combo coming in from the Rel. The support player of anyone's Legend may well have saved the game for anyone's Legend. BLG, they clump up, they get full comboed into a full... By the way, that tends to be the way that it works with buffers. Something like this. Dragon going down to BLG, that will be their 3rd AL no contest, but they do have priority around the Baron. They have the move hit, they have vision around it.
Here we go.
Now, what do BLG do? They have a Realm Warp, they have to stand united, they're teleporting in with the Jax, and it's been spotted.
There's Wall turning around, Finn flashes away, has got the Banshees, by the way. Torn, Shadow Dash comes on in, Kyle.
Shun!
Monster angle! In goes Ben! BLG returned the favor! GA's Brock, but there is no one in heaven who can stop this massacre!
Everybody gets one! AL get blasted around the top side, and a quadra kill for Viper will end out their series versus anyone's Legend. BLG, they gave anyone's Legend a bit of hope, and they take it swiftly away.
Ironically, hope is dead on the other side. Doesn't that work out just perfectly? BLG, questions about how they would turn into this year. Would it be a repeat of 2025? Would the return of Shun lead to something special? So far, so damn good.
BLG will beat their 2025